Hello everyone and welcome back to another guitar lesson. In this video we are going to be taking a little peek at a Nirvana song. First Nirvana song. Well, it's not actually a Nirvana song, is it? It's a David Bowie song that Nirvana covered in the MTV Unplugged performance. And it's a beauty, The Man Who Sold the World. Now if you want to play along with the live performance, their guitars are tuned down a semitone, or 1 fret. So this position becomes this position. So an F would become an E in standard tuning. So you'll see a lot of guitar lessons that show you how it's fretted correctly, but I thought I would show you how you play along with it without having to bother to retune your guitar. After the Soundgarden video, I am done with retuning, quite frankly. So I thought I'll give you a break from all of that string winding. That is a big helicopter. Still haven't found me. Now, if you are a bit of a stickler and you absolutely have to have it detuned, then just need to transpose the guitar parts down 1 fret. And I know I should be playing this on an acoustic, but you know, it's a faff and I'm doing other lessons with my guitar out, so I thought I'd tag this one on as well. Forgive me! Now, some of the fingering will change. So for example, to play along with the record in standard tuning, you are going to be playing whereas the live version is actually fretted which is frankly a lot easier to do, and when you come to do the solo, it is a bit easier if it's fretted like they do live with the detuned guitar, but up to you. You do it however you want, but for ease I thought I'll put up the tab in this way, and then you can have a go at transposing it. It's a good exercise anyway. So, Riff One. Now, you can play this a number of ways with the slide. So you're basically sliding from the 6th fret up to the 7th, down to the 6th, and then pulling off to the 4th. Or you can just do the slide and then pick the 4th fret. That's the way I kind of do it, but if you want to do a hammer on and a pull off, you can. You know, practice both, it's good exercise. Now, that is the intro, so you hear Kurt starts off with, and then the other guitar part comes in, and I'm going to switch to a clean tone for this, changes to this. Okay, now, in the correct way of fretting it, you're going to be playing an F to a D minor. Okay, so it'll be. But upper fret, it's. Don't worry too much about the rhythm, okay? So one way of playing it is. So it's just a basic strumming pattern. And then that you let ring out. So the accompanying part to that is just very basic. It's an E power chord to a C sharp minor chord. So that is. Okay, so 2, 3, 4. And that rhythm is actually played in the main part of the tune as well, in the verse. So. So the rhythm parts very slowly is. Or you can play. So just find a groove that works with that beat and go with it. Then the verse comes in. Okay, so the chords very quickly, and you play them for like 2 bars each, I think. Let's call it A flat, D flat minor, A flat, down to E, then a B, then you go back to the A flat or G sharp. I think there's a bar 2/4 in there, so it's. Yeah, there's a bar 2/4 in that part. So for this phrase, you play the A flat chord for 6 beats effectively. Okay, so. And then to the D flat, and then you are into the. And this mixes up a little bit. So let me go through those chords, okay? And then into that part. Now if you're going to be playing this in the correct tuning, you can basically move it all up a fret, so you'd be playing like this. And then you'd be playing the next bit. Okay, so 1 bar each of the chords, and you're playing 8th notes, so. Okay, that's the kind of timing. The part that goes alongside it, when you're playing the B chord, goes like this. Just a major scale. Okay, then you're going to be playing E major, 8th notes. Then you go to the C. Okay, so let me run through those slowly. The B is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's just a B power chord. 8 downstrokes. And you're going to start on the 2nd fret on the A string and play. Okay, so you're just going to play that ascending run. So it's 2, 4, and then up to the next string to play 1, 2, 4, up to the next string to play 1, 3, 4. And there you go. And if you didn't know it, you now know a major scale in B. And if you move it up, you also know it in C. And C sharp. Anyway, etc. You can basically move it wherever you like. Then so for the E chord, you're going to be playing the open E, 2, 4 on the E string, then 0, 2, 4 on the next string up, then 1 and 2 on the next string up. Now if you move it up a fret, that's where you'd be playing it in the correct position. Then once you come out of the E part, you go to the C. But when you go back into it, you're going to be playing the E major part to the B part, back to the E major part, okay? So it starts B to E, then the... and then you're going to play E, B, E. So let me play that round so you can hear it. And then you're back into that bit. So all you need to remember is when you're playing the B, you're going to be, the other guitar needs to be playing. When you're playing the E, the other guitar plays. Okay, so the second guitar part would go. Into that bit, whichever way you chop and change those parts up. Now that is about it, but there is a solo. Oh yeah. And do you know what? When I first saw this, I wasn't a huge Nirvana fan. I didn't really appreciate the kind of subtle, awesome elegance and brilliance of this tune, really. And I was kind of into a much heavier music, or heavier technical music, or what I perceive to be technical, I guess. And so when you hear Kurt fluffing up what is probably one of the easiest solos to play, at the time I remember just thinking, you know. Now the solo is essentially just... back into that. That's essentially it. It's very simple. But Kurt, when he goes for the first note, misses it twice. He actually hits the... and rather than going there, it goes... so he hits both semitones either side of the note he was aiming for. So you hear this... into that. But there's an important lesson in there that I didn't really properly appreciate, I don't think, until I was older. And that is that it's people get really, really worked up about technique and, you know, being able to play it absolutely perfectly. I do the same myself, trying to work out these things note for note. But for certain types of music and certain times, it doesn't matter. It actually just doesn't matter. And I know there are a lot of technical guitar players out there. There's a tremendous swathes of super, super ultra technical guitarists out there. But although he's making a mistake there, I think the most important bit of that lesson, especially if you're just learning and you're just starting out, is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you can never play a solo ever. It doesn't really matter what it sounds like, because maybe you're able to write some of the best, most memorable heavy riffs or songs that have ever been played, you know. So I think that there's quite a lovely lesson in there, especially if you're a beginner. And if you're not a beginner and you don't see that too, then, you know, I would argue that some things are just more important, really. So anyway, that's a bit of an aside. So if you do want to play along with Kurt's jazz notes, then you want to play 2 passing notes either side of the 8th fret on the G string. So it's 7 to 9, and then down to the 8th fret. Okay, and I genuinely am teaching that. If you want to do it, I'm not poking fun at it at all, for the reasons that I said previously. You slide up to the 8th fret, or do the 7 to 9 to 8, then down to the 1st fret. I think he actually goes back into up to the 9th fret, and then you're going to slide down to the 8th and the 6th. Back up to the 8th. Then back into. And you are basically done. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed that one. It's a great fun one to learn, especially if you're a beginner. I'll bang up the chord voicing stuff over at Patreon anyway. So yeah, anyway, enough from me. Hope you're having a wonderful week. See you soon. Bye.